What is going on, everybody? Depraved Slash here. We are back with another music reaction. I'm Depraved.
I'm Hellcat.
And together we are
HellaDepraved.
Itchy.
And we were super excited to see this come out on last Friday. We don't record on the weekends, which is why we're here now.
Yep.
But Blackbriar, having just released this, honestly, I was not expecting anything from them this quickly, especially, I mean, this is pretty quick after the release of their full album. So, it's exciting.
Yes.
And it's a music video.
It is.
And they have some cool music videos.
Always.
Yeah. So, we're here.
All right. So, with that being said, we're going to react to this. If you guys have already seen it, if not, click the link in the description below. Hopping over to other things, coming back. We say that because we're commentary, reaction, breakdown, comedy channel. What that means, we will pause for any and all of the above. So with that being said, it's time to slash it up, break it down. This is Blackbriar with Fairy of the Bog.
I hope there are will-o'-the-wisps in this.
Always.
Yeah.
Let's get it. Oh, there's one.
There are. Don't follow them, Zora.
She's going to be possessed by one.
She's going to follow them. Yeah.
Stop it.
You're going to get lost.
I would like to warn you, those are not the kind of fairies you want to dance with.
Yeah.
Again, they're going to Winnie the Pooh your ass through the 100-acre wood, and you're never going to get out.
I mean, the problem was a lot of the times, they were leading you to drown you in the peat bog.
Right.
So, you might have fun with them until then, I suppose.
Right.
They're awful pretty, though. And
Yes.
I really like the melody that she's singing at this point. Very pretty.
I was an offering to the gods and turned into the lady of the bog. My body was found in Eden, so that is now my name. Displayed in a museum, but I never went away. I dance with the fairies, wearing clothes of mist, encircled by a fiery little I was an offering to the gods and turned into the fairy of the bog. This strangled coursing around my neck like a necklace of braided wool, still roaming on the peatlands for 1,000 years or two. I dance with
You know what?
What?
Oh, man. I often wonder who sits around and thinks to themselves when starting a band, right? And goes, let's do songs mostly about fantastical creatures
And where to find them?
and where to find them. And then the next person sitting next to them is like, who's going to listen to that?
Let's make it metal.
And here we are.
I
enjoy
couldn't
it.
be
I'm
happier.
not down talking it by any means. I'm just like, there are things that just baffle me in terms of just ideas people have.
But yeah, I
But they
mean,
work.
a lot of them will talk about it and say that it was almost a obsession of theirs.
Right.
Myths and stuff, or I don't know, just whatever theme they chose for their band was their second love.
Because, I mean, like,
Music being the first.
it's not just Blackbriar. You think of other bands. like Powerwolf,
Right.
who's always singing
Right.
about some shit that's like Viking fucking medieval werewolves and shit.
Right. Templar Knights. Yeah.
Right, and
Yeah.
you're listening to him. You're like, this is really good.
But where
But
the
why?
hell? Yeah.
Not that I'm complaining. Keep doing your thing.
I mean, but you think about Marilyn Manson too, coming up with that whole concept.
Right.
No, I mean, I adore this. I like.
It's beautiful.
She's saying that she was an offering, and the bogs. Granted, it was probably for religious purposes, but a lot of the bog people that have been found are at this point considered that they were probably sacrificial offerings to the gods, but some of the ways that they died, fucking brutal. So, and she's saying, but she ended up turning into the fairy of the bog. So I suppose if you're already a fairy of the bog, it's okay to go ahead and dance with the will-o'-the-wisps.
Right.
Because you're already, sticking around for a couple thousand years, like she said. You're not going anywhere.
True.
Like the bodies that they found, being that old and still having hair and, that peat really, really preserves them. It's almost like the wet specimen version of mummification.
Right.
It's very interesting for anybody who hasn't seen it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Fantastical creatures that are usually female that like to kill men. I'm sorry.
Right,
I had to throw that in there. If you guys heard their last album,
Oh, it's fantastic.
there was a lot of men being drowned and shit.
Rightfully so.
Yeah, they deserve it, mostly.
I mean, in this one, she was an offering, so she was probably drowned, and therefore, I feel like a little retribution is in, It's cool.
Right.
It's all good.
I now want to hear her specifically, make a song about being a Gorgon.
Oh, that would be fantastic.
Because there was a part of me that was really hoping when she pulled the hood
They'd
off,
be snakes.
there'd be snakes.
I have a love-hate relationship with the story of Medusa because it is so fucked up and brutal.
Right.
However, I agree. Because again, Zora likes to do the thing where she makes you feel empathy for the.
Well, I also feel like Medusa is the main story almost everyone knows about, but there's so much more to the lore of the Gorgons than just what's happened to her.
Don't know, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Well, even just her. A lot of people know who she is and what her base capabilities were, but they're unaware of how she became a Gorgon.
Right.
So, Sora's voice in this is fantastic.
As opposed to...
Yeah, exactly. Not that it's ever not, but I don't know. Something about this melody or... I don't know the difference in the register between the chorus and the verse. I don't know. There's something in this that is striking the right chord in terms of her voice. I listen to her all the time, guys, but this is just more. I feel like obviously, like most bands, you would hope they get better and better and better, and this is just, I feel like, one of the best.
Right.
vocally. So
I love how much a simple thing that's done in a lot of music, like even just the most simple of things, can enhance something. That is a very basic drum line,
yeah,
and yet it put in where it was.
it's actually incredible placement.
The
for
snare
it.
line was just so nice. But it's a marching snare.
I know, but it's kind of like it's building up a little bit to.
Right.
I don't know. It looks like she's about to join the fairy dance or something along those lines. But yeah.
I've died a threefold death, and after I took my last breath, a little wisp beckoned me to follow, and silent fog enshrouded me. On the steeple, dead worn embrace, comes and swift as she sat with grace.
Oh, that was goddamn gorgeous. I mean, I think it's interesting that they show her in the cloak, and I couldn't tell if that was supposed to be a neck scarf or actually like a
I think
noose.
it's a rope.
Because a lot of times they strangled them, but also tied them down. Like a lot of them had almost decapitations from how strong they were corded. So, I mean, again, it is thought, as in most cultures, that the sacrifices, it was actually an honor to be sacrificed, and they went willingly. In fact, they have found that a lot of the peat bog people, they believe, were sent kind of around the world as far as their capacity at the time, to go experience life, become cultured. It was like their last year on Earth. They actually knew this is what they were building up to would return to their people, and that made them more valuable and therefore a worthy sacrifice.
It's a weird way to live.
It is, but also, you know, like you get revered for a year, you know. It's what is it? Aztec culture that the
Do you remember that movie I told you about that I watched that was really weird? It was like that. It's like Gaga, the hero.
Oh, yeah.
That's kind of
But you know, the sun god in Aztec culture, again, they would pick a guy every year that was supposed to be the representation of Hitzpapalotl on Earth, and then on his name day, that dude was sacrificed. But he lived like a king, like a god, for a full year. So it's like their value, their worth goes up. But yeah, that makes the duality of that song a deeper meaning. It's rough in terms of, like, you realize she's had her threefold death, like she said, which is what mind, body, and spirit, something along those lines, and she's gone. But apparently dancing with the fairies
Yes.
made it sound very enticing, which is why you should never follow Will-o'-the-Wisps, people. They make it sound like a good idea.
All right. But yeah,
Fantastic. They
looked
keep
beautiful
getting
in
better.
the video. Sounded fucking amazing as always.
Yeah.
I
can never, like, it's whenever they release something new, it's always somehow just as good, if not 10 times better.
Ghost is still my favorite.
Haunting?
Haunting.
Yeah.
But you don't believe in ghosts.
I mean, there's definitely lyrics that appeal to me a little bit more, but
Right.
on the flip side, I think in terms of composition and her voice, this was one of their best.
And again, be sure to check out Cause of a Shipwreck. Isn't that what the album was called? Yeah, Cause of a Shipwreck.
We
Came out
reacted to all of it.
earlier this
Check it
year
out
if you're
yourself.
watching this in 2021.
Right. Check it out yourself.
Check it out. It's an amazing
Zora's
album.
got an incredible voice. Everything, they've done is fantastic.
Yes. All right. So that being said, if you guys like the video, slash that like button, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications, comment down below. What did you think of Blackbriar with Fairy on the Bog? Fairy of the Bog, not on
Well,
the
I
bog.
mean, she is on the bog too, but
Right. In
yeah.
the bog? Wouldn't it be in?
Well, but if she's dancing with the fairies, one would assume that somehow they are suspended above the bog.
So wouldn't that be above the bog, though?
Well,
'Cause I think you're either in the bog or out of the bog. I don't think you're on the bog.
I mean, it is peat, so it's pretty dense. So if you had
On
wings,
the ground of the bog.
you
But
could.
you're still in the bog.
No, I think then you would be on the bog.
It'd be like
would
a
you
dell.
not?
You can't be on a dell. I mean, you could, but that's a whole nother story.
Yeah, that's not the dell that you're thinking of, though.
But you're in the dell. You're not necessarily on the dell. You're at the dell.
Poor Adele.
Welcome to our minds. There you go. That's the stupid shit that happens. All right. We love y'all. Check all the things. Sub to all the people. Come back whenever you want to come back.
Whenever you're ready.
If you
for
ever
this
want to
shenanigans again. Yeah. Love you guys.
We will see you all next time.